for 10 hours. 10 hours and 2 minutes. This is actually what I see, and this is actually kind of insane. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm back from another pretty long break here on YouTube, but I really feel like 2025 is going to be my year. I feel like it's the year that I'm going to be a lot more consistent on YouTube, and I finally have an idea of where I want my content to go. I know I say that all the time, but truly I do feel like in my own personal life, I have figured out so many things. I feel really fulfilled with a lot of the things that I'm doing outside of work, and so that's just to say that I am very excited for the content. Okay, but today we're gonna do a fun challenge. I rarely do challenge videos here anymore because it's just so much effort and I feel like I'm so busy day to day, but I have been wanting to do this challenge of like replacing your screen time with something like, you know, some type of activity, or I see a lot of like, you know, book friends doing replacing screen time with reading time, which is a really fun and cool challenge, but I've always wanted to do it myself, but I didn't really know what to do it for. So today we are replacing my screen time with hobbies time. In the past year, I have acquired 3 new hobbies, and that's already on top of the 3 other hobbies that I have. So I have like more than 5 active hobbies that I like sift through every now and then. And yeah, I thought it'd be really cool to kind of like spend an entire week replacing my screen time with my hobbies. So how it's gonna work is, I think a lot of people for this challenge look at their screen time and apply it to one day, but we're not gonna do that because a lot of my hobbies are very athletic based. They're like working out, sports based, and so I think it would be pretty insane to spend like however many hours in one day doing like all of this athletic stuff. I feel like I would be really tired. And also I just don't think it's physically possible for my body. So we're gonna spend the entire week applying my screen time to my hobbies. Okay, now for the moment of truth. This is also why I wanted to do this video, because I really wanted to see my screen time. I have not checked my screen time like ever. I don't really do that, which I should make a habit of doing it since I do work in social media. So I'm just saying off the cuff that it could be so crazy because I do work on social media, so I'm always on my phone and on the screen. So it's gonna be like some insane number, and yeah, I'm excited to do my hobbies for that amount of time. And oh my god. Okay, it's showing my screen time for all devices for 10 hours and 2 minutes. This is actually what I see, and this is actually kind of insane. So that's what it says for all devices. It is 10 hours and 2 minutes, my daily average for screen time, and it is 14% down from 14% up, sorry, from last week. That makes more sense. I was like, what? So I spend a daily average of 10 hours and 2 minutes on my device, on all of my devices. That is my screen time. So we are going to spend 10 hours and 2 minutes, or just 10 hours doing hobbies this week, which is again gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be that hard because like I said, I have like over 5 hobbies and I circulate between them a lot and I'm doing them all the time, so it's not gonna be like too hard, but I can still foresee it just being like definitely more time than I do spend a week on my hobbies, that's for sure. Okay, but the first hobby that we are going to be doing for this video, again, I'm going to be doing hobbies sprinkled out throughout the entire week, so I definitely have a lot planned for this week. But the first thing that we're going to do, because I've been wanting to get back into reading, if you guys don't know, I used to review books on BookTube on YouTube, so I used to read a lot and I just don't read anymore. Haven't finished an entire book in over a year, so it's a hobby that I'm like slowly getting into more as I find more downtime, again, to be off my phone and just like do activities that don't require me to be on my phone. So I am currently reading this book called Butter by Asako Yuzuki. It is so good. It's like, how can I describe it? I don't know how else to describe it, but it's basically about, it's a translated text, and it's about this female gourmet cook and serial killer and the journalist's intent on cracking her case. I kind of think of it as like Anna Delvey. If you've watched the TV show Inventing Anna, it kind of follows that style where like she's going to interview this person in prison or in a detention house, and like, you know, cracking her case and she's the only person that this like, you know, serial killer trusts. it's kind of like that in that way where if you watch a show, it's set up that way where like information is revealed to us through the interviews. So I am loving every second of this. It also dives into a lot of like Japanese societal things with like toxic masculinity and misogyny. It references a lot of that because, you know, a part of why this woman is kind of like raked in the media and everything is because of the misogyny and everything, and like a lot of the comments that have been said about her. So it's just such an interesting book, and I'm really loving it so far, but I'm not that much through, and I've been reading this for a month now. So I'm gonna get through a huge chunk of this. I think I want to dedicate like an hour and a half of reading time so that I can put that towards this 10 hours of hobbies. Okay, it is way later now, as referenced by the lighting situation happening. I just can't wait until the days get longer because I cannot deal with this darkness. So I just finished reading for a couple of hours actually. It was like 2 hours of reading, which was like good for me because again, I haven't been able to like sit down and really lock in with a book in so long. So it feels really good to get through a chunk of this book. Although this book is so hard to read. It's one of those books where like you can't just like read it really fast. It's like so slow and slow moving, and like you kind of have to like read over a few words, or it takes a long time for me to process this because it's such an intense book. But I will update you more. I'm gonna read a little more tonight or possibly tomorrow before I do like a final update. But yeah, that is 2 hours out of 10. So we have 8 hours left to dedicate to some hobbies. I feel like I'm like keeping track right now. And it's like, I feel like I'm gonna feel the extent of how much time I spent on my hobbies this week more than I've ever done before. Because again, usually I don't track. I just have like scheduled times. I put some times on my calendar of when I'm gonna do stuff. I never like really track it. And so it almost feels like kind of like wrong, but also like kind of right at the same time. But again, I stand by this book being sort of like inventing Anna. It's not really journalistic, even though it does follow a journalist as she's kind of like, you know, trying to get more out of this, you know, person who is a serial killer. It's just so interesting because it's focused on food. So it's kind of like Crying in H Mart, but not really Crying in H Mart because they're not alike at all. But like in the terms of like how food is described and how food is tied to like feeling. So if you really like that, I think you'll really like this book as well. And it's like a new release. So yeah. Good morning, everyone. It is 6:30 on Wednesday, December 18th. I hope you can hear me well. I hope the volume picks up well enough. I'm trying to be quiet because my partner is sleeping in the next room. And usually I wake up at this time. He usually comes with me to watch me skate, but he's still sleeping up until like the minute we leave. So yeah. I will usually get up around 6 a.m. for skating because my practice starts at 7:15. So I like to get there at 7 a.m. to like lace up my boots and like just like honestly like get used to the cold, because when I go in the morning and it's super cold outside and then I step into the skating rink and it's like so cold, my body needs to like adjust to it. So I usually end up wearing more layers to the rink than I, you know, need to, but I'll be spending an hour there today, so that should be good because it is Wednesday and I've only spent 3 hours on my hobbies. So I don't know how this challenge is gonna go, but I feel like I'm gonna be doing a lot this weekend, so I feel like that's gonna make up for it. So if you didn't know, right now I'm currently skating with a private coach. I started with my coach in like August or September, so really not that long. It's been like a few months now, but I knew my coach before she started private lessons with me. I was in group lessons with her, so I knew that like she was a good teacher and that I wanted to learn from her. And so I've only been doing it for a little bit now, but I've been doing lessons, like group lessons since March of 2024. So it's been quite a while now. And if going into the next year, it'll be like a year in March. So yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna get of
my practice today, just because I always like to stay respectful of like everyone else in the rink, but usually there's like no one there and I get the ice to myself, so that's really cool. But also respectful of my coach, because I know she doesn't want to be on camera, and so I only film like what I really need, and so I'll definitely get some clips for you. So
Hi guys, I was not happy with my progress today in practice, and I know I shouldn't be too hard on myself. I promise I'm not. I just feel like I need to like voice it out, and if it's not on camera, then I'm usually voicing it to my partner. I just feel like I've been realizing this more, that like I assume that like every time I practice it's always gonna get better, but that's like not the case. I know that some days you're either just not feeling it, or you're just like still working on some things that it doesn't like show right away in a like 45-minute session. So I have decided that I'm going skating again later, which I know it's like kind of crazy because I don't really go 2 times in one day. I don't have more than one skating session because I need to give my body time to rest. But because I'm doing this challenge, and because I only spent 45 minutes anyway, my lessons are 45 minutes, so I can afford to spend a little bit more time, and I'm going to be going to a new rink later, so we'll see how that is as well. The only thing is it's going to be like so dark because it gets so much darker this time of year, so it's like kind of sad because it's going to be like all dark. It is outdoors, so I'm going to have to dress warm because Minnesota life. But I wanted to quickly show you my skating bag because I was told by my coach to put something together, because if you don't have like a little skating bag that you put on the barrier when you're skating, you kind of have to go out of the rink to get any water or like gloves or anything, and it's just kind of annoying. So I put together a little skating bag. I was worried I didn't have anything for like the right size and that I have to buy something, but then I remembered that I got these mini Trader Joe bags when they first released, and I'm so happy I did, because I don't really use them for groceries since I get so many groceries. They're not going to fit in this bag, but it makes such a good skating bag. I have the green one, and then I put little bag charms. I put this little Shiba Inu thing I got from New York when I went. So I got this little bag charm at Minoso, and it's like a friendship charm. So there is a blue one, and my fiance, it's a photo of me and my fiance, and he has the other blue one. I'll like insert a photo of it, but it's so cute. I love it so much. It's like a little card. It's like a little Pokemon card. But yeah, this is my bag, and then what I have in it is just basic stuff. I usually have my water bottle in here, my little notebook for notes. It's not in here now. But then I have Band-Aids if you cut yourself on the ice, because I do. And then I have my gloves. I don't really wear gloves because my exercise clothes has like not built-in gloves, but they kind of cover the hand. And then I have my chapstick because my lips are so chapped on the ice. It's like so dry. So I just have this in this bag. So yeah, so far we've knocked down 3 hours for this challenge, and I'm looking forward to skating more tonight. It's gonna be about like maybe two hours or 1.5 hours, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm just excited to like practice some of the things that, you know, she said during practice, because I feel like every time when I'm in my private lessons I get something corrected, but then I don't have time to practice it right away, and so now I want to solidify it into muscle memory. That's why I'm going tonight. So gonna finish up some work here and then gonna get ready to leave. Getting ready to go, and I wanted to do a quick fit check. We're back here. I want to show you the difference of what it's like going to my rink, my indoor rink, and then an outdoor rink. I also live in Minnesota, so it's like 20 degrees without wind chill. So like with wind chill, it's probably gonna be 10 degrees. Yay! But I'm not wearing like a sports thing because I can't. I need to wear like warm, comfy clothes. And besides, I'm just doing crossovers today, like advanced crossovers, like kind of like polishing them. So I'm not really like gonna do tricks. So I don't really need to wear like my tight skating outfit. But I have my jacket on. I have pants. Oh my god. I have pants, but they are double layer. You got a double layer, especially with that wind chill. And then I'm tied my hair up, and then I'm gonna put this on because this always helps when I'm skating. But not the cutest fit, kind of just like an amalgamation of like warm shit, but I don't really care because I just want to stay warm and comfy and cozy, or else I'm gonna want to leave. And honestly, I'm chickening out a little bit because I'm like, I really don't want to leave my house right now, and I want to just stay home, and do some work because I need to finish up some work. But I'm like, you know what? No, we're gonna do this, especially because it's for the vlog and for this challenge. We are gonna push myself to go. Hello everyone, it is 9 p.m. on Saturday night and we are doing another one of our hobbies. I'm actually with my partner here, Brandon, and I'm going to be doing another hobby that has been sort of recent. I don't really consider myself a crafty person. I feel like I don't like do DIYs often. I'm not like an artist. Like I'm a creative, but I'm not an artist. You know what I mean?
I guess that's fair, but create like pottery still counts.
That's true. But I'm like, I consider myself a creative and not an artist. Except when we're making tiny miniatures. We've been making these like little miniature book nooks, and they have like a collection of like miniature houses and coffee shops and cafes. It's honestly so cute. Oh my god, look at this little boat. Look at this little float. But yeah, I feel like we've been crafting a lot. Honestly, I feel like I wouldn't be into crafting if it wasn't with somebody else, because I just feel like I usually start crafts and then I never finish it. Like, do you remember all my things that I like don't finish and then I leave unfinished? So yeah, I would say crafting has been a recent hobby, but it's like a shared hobby. So yeah, we're gonna spend a couple of hours doing this, and then I'm gonna sleep early because I have skating tomorrow again for the fifth time this week.
That's right.
That's crazy. But I'm excited for it. I'm skating with a friend tomorrow, so it'll be fun. But yeah, we're just gonna put this together, and show you a little bit of